Christians are one of the most persecuted groups in the world today, facing discrimination, violence, and marginalization in various societies. The reasons behind this persecution are complex and multifaceted, rooted in a combination of historical, cultural, and ideological factors. Despite the progress made in promoting tolerance and understanding, Christians continue to face significant challenges in exercising their faith freely. One of the primary reasons for Christian persecution is the rise of secularism and atheism in Western societies. As these societies become increasingly secular, Christian values and principles are seen as outdated and restrictive, leading to a growing intolerance towards Christian beliefs and practices. This is evident in the increasing number of laws and policies that restrict Christian expression, such as laws prohibiting prayer in public schools or requiring businesses to provide services that go against Christian conscience. Furthermore, the media often portrays Christianity in a negative light, perpetuating stereotypes and reinforcing negative attitudes towards Christians. Another factor contributing to Christian persecution is the growing influence of radical ideologies such as Islamism and communism. In countries where these ideologies hold sway, Christians are often seen as a threat to the dominant ideology and are subjected to severe persecution, including imprisonment, torture, and even death. For example, in countries like Iran and Saudi Arabia, Christians are forced to practice their faith in secret, and those who are caught are subjected to harsh punishments. In China, the communist government has been cracking down on Christian churches, destroying buildings and arresting pastors. In addition to these factors, Christian persecution is also fueled by a lack of understanding and empathy towards Christian beliefs and practices. Many people view Christianity as a rigid and intolerant religion, failing to recognize the diversity and complexity of Christian traditions. This lack of understanding leads to fear and mistrust, which can manifest in discriminatory attitudes and behaviors towards Christians. For instance, Christians who hold traditional views on issues like same-sex marriage or abortion are often labeled as bigots or haters and are subjected to social ostracism and marginalization. The impact of Christian persecution can be devastating, not only for individual Christians but also for the broader society. When Christians are persecuted, they are forced to hide their faith, leading to a lack of diversity and pluralism in public discourse. This can result in a stifling of creativity, innovation, and progress, as Christians are unable to contribute their unique perspectives and talents to the public sphere. Furthermore, Christian persecution can also lead to social unrest and instability, as Christians become frustrated and disillusioned with the lack of protection and support from their governments. It is essential to recognize that Christian persecution is not just a problem for Christians, but for everyone who values freedom, tolerance, and human rights. When one group is persecuted, it creates a culture of intolerance and hatred that can spill over into other areas of society, threatening the well-being and security of all individuals. Therefore, it is crucial that governments, civil society organizations, and individuals work together to promote understanding, respect, and protection for Christians and other persecuted groups. Ultimately, addressing Christian persecution requires a multifaceted approach that involves education, advocacy, and community engagement. Governments and civil society organizations must work to promote tolerance and understanding, challenging negative stereotypes and misconceptions about Christianity. Christians must also engage in self-reflection and dialogue, recognizing the diversity and complexity of their own traditions and seeking to build bridges with other faith communities. By working together, we can create a more just and equitable society where Christians and people of all faiths can practice their beliefs without fear of persecution or marginalization.